Hey everyone, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we have this 2018 Infiniti Q60 and we're going to do the taillight tint installation for this vehicle. So as you can see, this is how it looks before doing the installation on the taillights, and this is how it looks after the installation. So the tint has PPF properties, which means it will protect the lenses from yellowing over time, as well as protect it from any small scratches or any road debris that may hit the lens. If you like the product, link for the product will be in the description below. But with that being said, let's start with the installation video. So the tools you need in order to install the tint kit will be Slip Solution, Tack Solution, a heat gun, squeegee, and a microfiber towel. And a step-by-step guide in order to create the two solutions will be in the description below. So before starting with the installation on the taillights, we need to make sure we prep the taillight. So to prep it, all I'm doing is applying Slip Solution onto the taillight lens. And with the clean microfiber towel, we're just going to start removing any contaminants that the taillights may have. So we're going to start by installing the tint piece that goes to this section of the taillight. So with this one, to start off the installation, just apply Slip Solution onto the lens and Slip Solution to the tint film. And all you need to do is align it to this edge. So place it there. And as long as you have it aligned, the little cutout for the button for the trunk should align perfectly. And you don't really need to stretch the film. It's just more of keeping it aligned and making sure this cutout fits perfectly, and everything should be good to go. And then for this piece, you would just rinse and repeat the same steps that we do for this one to the other side. The only difference is for the other side of the taillight, you don't have the button to open the trunk, so it's more easier. You don't have to align it perfectly. It's just more of aligning it here and making sure it's aligned everywhere else. So with this one, to start tagging it down, lift the film carefully. You're gonna apply tack solution underneath and on top of the film. Hold it in position, and with your squeegee, start tagging it down. And just make sure when you're tacking this piece down to remove any solution that's behind the film. And once you have this section tacked down and you see that the film isn't moving, just start working your way to this side. Like I mentioned, just make sure everything is still aligned on the top piece here, on this corner, and underneath. And just to help the process of the adhesive activate faster, start applying tack solution underneath it and apply it on top. Hold it in position, that way it doesn't move, and just start tagging it down. Just make sure you remove all the solution behind the film. And this one's pretty simple. And then the only thing we have to do extra would be just applying heat around the curved edge here, so we can remove any small fingers that may come underneath the film here on this curve. To remove these fingers, you would just need to apply tack solution and then heat, and then tack them down with your squeegee. And just make sure everything's tacked down, and once everything is good to go, then we can move on to the next installation, which will be for this side. Okay, so now we're moving on to this section here. With this one, it's going to be the same steps basically as we did with the first piece. Just make sure you align it here, but with this one, we are going to require to stretch the film to this edge here of the taillight, just because this one does have a smaller curve to it. It was just a flat surface, so it was just more of aligning and tacking down. This one, once we align it, we need to stretch it. So to start, apply Slip Solution to the lens and Slip Solution to the tint film, and just start aligning it to this edge first. So once you have it aligned right on the edge, lift the film carefully and start applying tack solution underneath and on top of the film. With one hand, hold it in place, and with your squeegee, start securing this section. And we just need to make sure this piece is secured, and also that there's no solution behind the film. So once you have it secured, now we could go ahead and start stretching the film to reach it to this edge. So in order to stretch it, just lift the film carefully, apply Slip Solution once again to the lens and to the tint. Make sure this section of the tint is dry, that way you have better grip when you're stretching the film. Once you apply the solutions and this area is dry, you can start grabbing the film and stretching it to this edge of the taillight. So it's just a small little light stretch. When you're stretching, just make sure everything is still aligned on the top, on the edge here, and you reach the tint to the edge here. So right there. So hold it in position, lift it carefully, and make sure it's still aligned, and start applying tack solution underneath and on top of the film. That way we can start tagging it down. So hold it in position and just start making your way to the edge here. And just make sure you remove any solution that's behind here on this section of the film, and also tack down the bottom. For this part of the tint, you may come across small fingers. To remove these small fingers, all you need to do is apply tack solution, grab our heat gun and apply heat around this area, and then once you apply heat, we can start tacking them down. And then with your squeegee, start tacking them down. Another method you can use when you're squeegeeing is you could wrap your microfiber towel around your squeegee. That way, as you're squeegeeing, you absorb any solution that's coming underneath the film here. So just squeegee with your microfiber towel. This also helps when it comes to helping the adhesive dry faster because you're able to remove a lot of the moisture that's still trapped behind the film. And then just clean off the film. The reason why I'm cleaning off is just to make sure that there's no solution behind the film before we actually seal it with heat all around the edge. So just double check and see if there's any edges still lifting or any bubbles. If there is, remove the solution. And then once you're done with the installation, we move on to the last step, which would be post heating the entire film. Okay, so once you finish with the whole installation on the tail light side, the last step would be to post heat the entire film. So to post heat, we're applying tack solution all around the film. And the purpose of post heating is just to help the adhesive on the film activate faster and also helping tack down any edges that are still lifting. So all you're going to need is your heat gun and a microfiber towel. The heat gun is just to heat the film to help the adhesive activate faster, and the microfiber towel would be to help absorb any solution that's still behind the film and helping it dry faster. And then once you're done with this step, you're done with the installation. Okay, so that concludes the installation video for the Taillight tints for the 2018 Infiniti Q60. We hope that this video helped you guys out with the installation. If it did, don't forget to drop a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe and turn on that notification bell, that way you don't miss any upcoming installation videos. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.